What is up guys, Brand here, and we all know that the ARDUINO is an open source electronics platform based on easy to use hardware and software. Here we have an Arduino Uno R3 board that is specially made in Italy, and we also have a cheaper one from Shopee. So in this video, we're going to put these two boards head to head and see which of them is better.
Let's start with the design. They have almost the same size and dimension, though it's pretty visible that the one from Shopee had a bit more of an electrical component soldered in it, with each one having a label while the authentic Uno only labels a few parts, and maybe that would explain the 40% weight difference between the two boards. Honestly, it looks pretty similar, as of the placement that having both the voltage bus and the pin on the left side and the reset button on the upper left. Also, the placement of analog below and digital inputs at the top. At the bottom part, you can see that both of them have the same number of pins with 6 available pins for power, one for the 5V, 3.3V, a no connection pin slot, and 2 for the ground. Also, we have 6 pins for the analog inputs available, A0 to A5. On the top, we can see 12 pins for the digital inputs or outputs in your Arduino board, and 1 each for SCL or the serial data line used for holding datas, SDA for synchronization of data, ground, serial port PXD, and serial port RXD. Strong part of the clone is that it has slots provided for the soldering of other components directly to the board. Also, we can see that the one from Shopee had a more pronounced way of soldering, while the authentic one had a smooth texture, but that doesn't affect the performance at all. The only notable difference between the two is the placement of their microcontrollers, the authentic one being removable and the clone one is embedded to the board itself. So if you might have damaged the microcontroller on your authentic Uno, you can still buy it on your local electronics store. Well, if you've damaged the clone one, then you might be forced to buy another board. Next is what's under the hood. The Arduino Uno R3 that is officially made in Italy had a main feature that it is available in DIP or the dual inline package, detachable, and an Atmega 328 as its microcontroller. Its part number, Atmega 328PU. While the clone one uses Atmega 328P variant as its microcontroller, quad flat packaging, and Mega 328 as its part number. So what's the difference? Atmega 328P and Atmega 328 are the same every sense architecturally, so you can just drop in the 328P in place of a 328 or vice versa. Atmega 328P just consumes lower power than the Atmega 328. This means that 328P is manufactured in a finer process than the 328. For example, 328 could be a 90 nanometer process, and 328P could be a 60 nanometer process. So yes, you're paying a little more for the finer process that would save you a couple of microamps of power. If that is important to you, then go with the 328P one. The authentic Uno uses an Atmega 16U2 as its USB interface chip with a quad flat package, while the other one uses CH340G USB controller with a dual inline packaging. In terms of memory, they are very identical with no difference in memory sizes, with the flash memory having 32 kilobytes, of which 0.5 kilobytes is being used by the bootloader, SRAM having 2 kilobytes, EEPROM of 1 kilobyte, but both having a 16 MHz clock speed. It is not that bad to buy the clone one since it is also optimized and designed to function like the authentic one, although you might have a bit of drawbacks. We can also show our support to the developers who buy the original Arduino Uno board, which can help improve the community. When you buy the authentic Uno, it comes from a box and you are given a free A to B USB cable and a manual, but the clone one comes with an A to B USB cable and an extra male headers. So that's it, see you on the next video.